Hi viewers, welcome to Morlight TV. I'm your host, Morlight. Thank you to everyone for joining us. Thank you to our new subscribers, to our returning subscribers. I would like to say thank you. Please click on the subscribe button, subscribe to this channel because we promise to bring you insightful, educative content as well. As a matter of fact, Morlight TV has gone live now. We are beginning to roll out new videos on a daily basis or every other day so that we can be enlightened on issues that has to do with governance, politics, economy and development. We need it now the most in Nigeria and in most African countries. So today I want us to talk about the recent interview of BBC with Bola Tinubu in London, and I want us to look at that interview. In this video we'll be watching that interview live, and we would like to analyze what Mr. Tinubu said in that video.
Okay, sir. I mean, when you talk about money generated in Lagos, and I want to come to your own personal self. When you talk about, you're a very wealthy man.
How do you know?
Well, you know, I mean,
you are not my accountant.
I'm not in your account, but this is speculation, and it's fine. You can actually rebut it or not. When I look at some publications and they say they're worth 4 billion, some is even more than that, but you refuse to explain where your wealth comes from. I know where you live in Lagos. It's a massive, sprawling mansion that takes up nearly a quarter of a street in a very expensive suburb. Why do you refuse? I mean, don't Nigerians have the right to know where the wealth of their next leader comes from?
Because they got to know how to analyze and how to ask questions, not in the accusatory format. Are they enemy of wealth? If they are not enemy of wealth, investment do yield. I have an example of a Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the country, in America and in the world. It started from stock buying and brokerages. I inherited great real estate. I turned the values around. I'm not denying my wealth. I've not been, I was the most investigated, the most accused governor in the opposition up to, you know, from for 8 years and up to 2007. And since I left the office, I'm still there. I've not taken any government appointment, no government contract.
Yes, but some say the legacy you left in Lagos State was that, you know, you were getting a share of the revenue that Lagos State was generating.
Hey, excuse me, share what? Have they proven it? The World Bank has, IMF has investigated the record in Lagos. What's wrong with them?
And I want to move away from that.
It's envy.
I think you've kind of explained that, and we don't have much time.
So he was asked, what is the source of your wealth? So he said real estate. And you know, when he said real estate, I was just thinking, okay, real estate, he said he inherited real estate and that is what made him rich. So the question is, you inherited this real estate from who? Because we all know that Bola Tinubu has a serious identity problem. We don't even know who his mother is, who his father is. We know that he had a foster mother, but we don't know his biological parents. We don't even know if he has siblings, and if he does, so how come he's the only one that inherited the real estate? And real estate to what magnitude or in what quantity? Because for you to become that wealthy in real estate, then you are invariably telling us that, oh, you inherited a real estate that is almost half of Lagos State, and you cannot tell us that maybe your own family house owns half of Lagos State. No. So we are just wondering, what kind of real estate did he inherited that made him this wealthy. Now this man does not own any industry. We all know Dangote, we all know Otedola, we know the businesses they are into, but this man Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we don't know the business he's into. Apparently, I think when he became the Lagos State governor, he must have floated some companies that is being run on his behalf. That every governor that Bola Ahmed Tinubu have put into power will sort of deliver to that company or use that company for some purpose of some sort. Like there was a time we had this rumor that the Lekki Tollgate concession was all Tinubu's company. We could see that playing out during the NSAS movement, whereby despite the fact that people died and people lost their lives at the Lekki Tollgate, this man Bola Ahmed Tinubu still insisted he was going to open the tollgate and they were going to keep collecting toll, if not for people that went back there to protest. He was just bent on opening the Lekki Tollgate and collecting the toll, which shows that this man values his money more than human life. This Tinubu source of wealth is really questionable. It's not adding up. That you were in real estate, Mr. Tinubu, does not add up, because for you to be that wealthy, the real estate cannot be the only source of your income. So what sort of real estate did Bola Ahmed Tinubu do that made him this rich? And if he says that his business is real estate, so what real estate are you trading in, Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that bullion vans will be driving money in and out of your premises? At least on different occasions we've seen bullion van driving monies into Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu's premises in Bodilon. So we are wondering, so is it the real estate that you are selling in that warrant bullion van bringing the cash to your house? I mean, it doesn't add up. We still do not know this man called Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now another thing about him is that this same question of the source of his wealth and the question of his identity is the same question that Nigerians have been asking him for many months now, that we don't know you. You want to be our president, but we don't know you well. We don't know your true identity. We don't know the source of your wealth. We don't know your history. Everything about you is questionable. But this man refused to give an answer, only for him to go outside of Nigeria to the diaspora and to give them the answer there. So what is he telling us? Invariably he's trying to tell us that, well, he doesn't send us Nigerians, and that is the honest truth. I've always said it, that Tinubu doesn't send Nigerians. He always thinks that he's the Lord of all, he's the Jagaban or the Jagbajantis of Lagos State. So he feels that no one can question him. He behaves like above the law. He's never transparent. There's no transparency with Tinubu, and if someone is not transparent, the person can never be accountable. He will not be accountable to Nigerians. This guy behaves as if no one can question him. He hides from the media. He will not attend media interviews in Nigeria, but he will run off to London to attend BBC interviews. He ran to Chatham House addressing some of the questions we've been asking him back home. He answered those questions there. So what are we talking about? That it's possible that when he was still into his drug lord business or his narcotic business, that the proceeds he got from there, he used it to invest into real estate. Yeah, that is what most of these drug dealers do. They put the proceeds into real estate. You see them buying properties and all of that. So he must have hidden all his monies into real estate at that time, and now he said he inherited the real estate. I don't think that is true. And he said something about, he's the most investigated politician in Nigeria. He's been investigated, he's been checked, nobody found anything on him. How would they find anything on you when you have all the people heading the different agencies in your pocket? I mean, all of them do rankadede to you, yes sir, and you make it look like, no one can question you. So what is the credibility of the investigation these people are carrying out on you? It's never going to be credible. There will be some conflict of interest, so to speak. They would not do the work thoroughly, so they always say they can't find anything on you. Whether you know it or not, they deliver returns to Tinubu. He himself has said it in public appearances where he said, ọmọ tó bá mówó wálé ni bàbá ẹ̀ mọ̀, that is, it is the child that brings money home that the father will like. And we could see it play out, during the time of Hambody. Obviously, Hambody wasn't bringing return to him, so he had to remove it. So this man is getting returns from virtually almost the people he put forward. But the question is, who trained Tinubu? Where did he get his training from? Who put him down? And if he says that he has been in real estate, he should tell us what year to what year was he in real estate, and the real estate company he worked with. He should tell us who trained him. This man identity is really evasive. We still do not know. He's not transparent. He's not being open to Nigerians. So we want Bola Ahmed Tinubu to open up to us on the real source of his wealth, on his real identity. And see, unfortunately, I pity the Nigerians that will go and vote for such a man, because see, Nigerians will obviously regret voting for Bola Tinubu. If that man mistakenly wins come 2023, hey, Nigerians, I'm sorry, your suffering will continue, obviously. So we are doing all of this so that we all know the kind of people we want to vote for, and we desist from choosing the wrong person. So please, let's vote wisely. Let's do the right thing so that we do not continue to suffer in Nigeria, despite all the riches, the wealth of resources we have as a country. Guess what? I'm just spreading more light.